Hey everyone, it's that time of the podcast now. It's my Quickfire Questions session with Lucy B from Lucy B, the brand Lucy B. So Lucy, just a reminder of the rules. I've got 20 questions. Yeah. I'm going to fire them at you one after another. I would like a quick, concise and honest response to each question. If you go on too long, I'll move on to the next question. And if you can't think of something quickly or not sure, just say pass and we'll move on to another. But
okay.
I'm looking forward to doing this with you.
Are
you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool. Right. What does the word entrepreneur mean to you?
Someone who is resilient.
When you're preparing for any big pitch or meeting, what's the one question you ask yourself?
What will they bring to us?
What characteristics do you look for in a person when you hire?
Someone who is flexible, adaptable, and passionate.
What advice would you give to someone if they're considering hiring the perfect CV, but the person interviewed terribly?
Don't do it unless you see a glimpse of something good in them. Otherwise, don't do it.
What's been your biggest mistake when hiring?
Going on what they can do rather than their personality. So
CV questions now. What's the first thing you look for in a CV?
Experience.
What engages you to actually read the whole CV?
I never normally get to the bottom of the CV.
What's the best way to leave a lasting impression on you from a CV?
Genuine interest in the job.
If you had one bit of advice to somebody writing a CV tonight to apply to a job tomorrow, what would that be?
Show willingness and really explain why you want the job.
What's the one thing people seem to leave off their CV?
Pass. Sorry.
What's the worst thing you've seen in a CV?
The wrong name. The wrong
Slightly different
name.
question, but what's the most annoying thing you've seen in a CV?
Spelling mistakes, or when it's wrong information for a previous person they plan to give the CV to.
I agree, actually, and I don't normally comment, but I completely agree. Some interview questions. What's the first thing you look for in a person at an interview?
A passion or genuine interest in the job, showing willingness to want the job in hand.
And after the interview started, what engages you to stay engaged through the whole interview?
Someone that actually listens to what I'm saying or what the other person is saying.
What's the best way someone can leave a lasting impression with you at the end of an interview?
Really showing that they've known what they're applying for and about the brand itself.
If somebody was preparing this evening for an interview tomorrow, what piece of advice would you give them?
Oh, sorry.
What's the one interview question you think people struggle with?
What they think they're worth.
What's the worst thing somebody's done in front of you during an interview?
Having their phone on the table, and when it flashes up, they keep looking at it and are distracted.
What's the most annoying thing someone's done during an interview?
Not in the interview, but when people turn up late and they hardly apologise or seem that bothered by it. It just starts the interview on a bad stance.
And the final question, what is your killer interview question?
What do you think you're going to bring to the brand that we're not already doing? What can you give us that's different to what we've already got?
Love it.